What's good, everybody? Today I'm rubbing my hands together Aiden Ross style because this weekend we have what is at this point the best card of the fucking year, bruh. Argue with the wall. The main event, of course, Strickland versus Chimaev. It's gonna be at the very least super entertaining at the press conference, in the build-up. The fucking media scrum is gonna be cinema, right? At the very least. Even if the fight is boring, that's gonna be entertaining. But the card below these guys, below Strickland and Chimaev, is actually cinema. If you know ball, you know this card's gonna be elite. We have fucking 2 title fights. Joshua Van, Tatsuro Taira. We have Joel Alvarez for my Spanish casuals. We have Yaroslav Amosov, you know, for underrated GOAT. We have the Bobber Queen Green. Fucking Susurkaev, Chimaev's training partner. Gautier. Like, I can go on and on and on. Let's get right into these predictions, man. This fight is absolute cinema. Starting with the early prelims. The first fight of the night. Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. Now, we got a fucking Peruvian and we got an American. Early prelims, Peruvian fighting, that's all you need to know. When I'm watching a Peruvian fighter in the UFC, I am 100% of the time betting against them. On topology, this guy's like a 170 favorite. These guys don't know. They don't understand the Peruvian method. I don't care, you know, Clayton Carpenter, you can be 60 years old, 5'2", 30 pounds. You're still beating Jose Ochoa, right? Call me racist, call me whatever you want. I have never seen a Peruvian fighter win in the UFC in the time that I've been there. There's that one guy, the Prince of Peru, I forget his name. He's lost every fight I've watched him fight. And guess what? I picked against him every time. So yeah, man, give me Clayton Carpenter by decision, 29-28. These guys are both low-key bummy, but give me the underdog on this fight, all right? Next fight. Oh boy. Susurkaev versus Jordan Santos. Now, I'm wondering why Susurkaev is so low on this card, because this guy, in my opinion, has way more name value than Pat Sabatini versus William Gomis. Like, apart from the French casuals, bro, who's tuning in to the fucking William Gomis fight week? Susurkaev is elite. He's one of those guys that just has the talent. He's just super, extremely talented. He low-key slacks off. He's that guy in the training room that just kind of like, you know, when the coach isn't looking, he's not doing his crunches and shit. When the coach isn't watching, he's just laying down, you know, up against in the rounds. When he decides he doesn't feel like fighting anymore, he just kind of like lays there and shit. But then in the fight, he just turns it up, outclasses the other guy, is always super composed inside the cage. Great striking, super fluid striking, good wrestling too. I mean, this is one of Chimaev's main training partners. Just give me Susurkaev by knockout. I think Susurkaev KO TKO round 1. Jordan Santos is really, like, he's good. He has an 11-2 record. I don't think he should be a 475 underdog. That's actually insane. Because, you know, he's young. He's 28. He's been in the UFC, I think, a couple fights now. Yeah, he's been in the UFC for two or three fights. He could pose a threat, I'm sure. If it goes to decision, he'll take a round off of Susurkaev. But Susurkaev is so elite that I'm not going to bet against him until he starts losing, all right? If he starts losing. Next fight, William Gomis versus Pat Sabatini. This is for my French casuals. This is for my French-Hungarian homies. Shout out to you, my boy. Now, there might not be that good of a case here to make for William Gomis, you know. They've both fought very similar competition, low-level competition. They've both fought Joannis and Brito. William Gomis went to a split decision, while Pat Sabatini had a unanimous decision over him. I don't really know, it's just something in my soul. In these early prelims, I just low-key be picking with my heart. William Gomis, he's a younger fighter. He's 28. He's taller by, I think it's like 4 inches taller. He has a better reach. I just have a feeling that this goes to a decision, right? We can agree that this fight's going to go to a decision, and that it's going to be a Gomis 29-28, similar to the first fight, Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. I think it's going to be one of those like slower decisions at range, leg kicking at range. Sabatini's going to try to make it a little nasty, but I don't think that's happening, all right? Next fight, Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Now, I don't know what Joe Rogan and the commentating team have for Kopylov. I remember in the fight with, was it Acosta? Or was it, who was he fighting last time? Vettori? They were glazing the fuck out of Kopylov. Bro, Kopylov is genuinely buns. He's one of these guys that does not know how to use his body. This guy's fucking enormous. He's 6 foot, 185. Like, he's huge, bro. And he's not that old. He's only 35. You know, he still has a couple years left, especially since he's in the heavier weight classes at middleweight. I've never rated Kopylov highly. He looks like a bigger fucking, what's his name? Chase Hooper. This guy, Chase Hooper, Ben Askren, they're all from the same tree. Nah, man. Give me Marco Tulio. I don't think Marco Tulio is that good either. We saw him lose to CLD. I mean, CLD is a little bit of a, he's getting into that elite fighter conversation, if you can call it that. But I pick against Kopylov on the fact that Tulio, I pick against Kopylov just because he's bunts. Not really because Marco Tulio is that good. Give me Tulio's by submission, bro. Tulio's by submission, round 2, something like that. Maybe gets him with a triangle, gets him with a rear naked, gets to the back. I can see something like that happening. It's just Kopylov. It pisses me off. He's one of those guys that doesn't use his physical tools as well as he should. This guy's, he's gifted, and you can tell he's talented. He just doesn't know how to use it. He just doesn't know how to use it, all right? Next fight. And now for the prelims. Jesus Christ, Jim Miller still fucking doing it. This guy's fucking 42 years old, still in the game. He's out here moving like LeBron. You guys saw that fucking Lakers versus Rockets series. How the Lakers somehow pulled it off. No Luka, no Austin Reeves. Shout out LeBron, bro. That's the GOAT. That's my GOAT right there. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. I think low-key Jim Miller got this one by decision. I think it's going to be... It's a similar matchup to his last fight he had against fucking... was it Chase Hooper, his last fight? I think it's a similar fight to Chase Hooper, except there's not going to be the submission threat. So guess what, man? Who wins if fucking Jim Miller fights Chase Hooper and there's no submission threat? Jim Miller wins. For sure, for sure. I think Jared Gordon doesn't have the wrestling of Chase Hooper. I don't think he has the submission threats. And yeah, I think Jim Miller's just going to crafty vet his way to the victory. I mean, Jared Gordon is not that young anyway. He's only 37. I mean, he is 37. Fucking Jim Miller's 42. At this point, bro, they're both unks. The unk differential does not increase exponentially with age. So give me Jim Miller by decision. Maybe I'm picking this fight with my heart because I want Jim Miller to win. But fuck it, bro. Grant Dawson versus Mateusz Rebecki. Now, I fucking love Mateusz Rebecki. This guy, ever since he fought Oralby in that fight, I think it was under the Topuria Max Holloway card, bro, I've been a huge fan of Rebecki because this guy puts on a show every time. All of his fights, win or lose, are fucking cinema. Chris Duncan fight was fire. What was his last fight that he had? The fucking... Who did he fight? Ludovic Klein? I think that was a decision. It was still fire. He fought Oralby, obviously won. That was Oralby's only loss in the UFC. That win is aging beautifully. And I'm picking him to win against fucking Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson lost to Bobby Green. That ass. He lost to Bobby Green and Manuel Torres. Okay, Manuel Torres is not a bad loss. But I think Rebecki's going to make it a dogfight. And I don't think Grant Dawson got that dog in him. I'm pretty sure Grant Dawson lost to Neil Magny too, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. No. Did he lose to Neil? No, who was that lost to Neil Magny? That might have been Dawson. I don't remember. But give me fucking Rebecki, bro. This guy, Rebecki, shout out to him. She's gonna make it a dogfight every time. He's gonna make it a nasty, nasty fight. Give me Rebecki by bloody decision. Regular by decision, alright? Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov. Now, as you guys know, I am a Spanish casual. I fuck with my Spanish fighters. I fuck with the Topuria brothers. I fuck with Joel Alvarez. I fuck with fucking Echer Sosa, just made his debut a couple months ago. I gotta go with Amosov. This is my go. I feel like I'm always picking against Spanish fighters and it pisses me off. I picked Alexander Topuria to lose against the Kazakhstan fighter. Who was it? Imakan, I think. I picked him to lose. Apart from Topuria, I feel like I'm always picking these guys to lose. Low-key, I would have picked Alvarez to beat BSD if they fought. But I don't know what happened. That fight fell through. Someone got injured. I think Joel Alvarez got injured. That's a banger fight, bro. We got to run that shit back. It's a shame that Joel Alvarez is no longer at welterweight. But if he ever does go down, go back down to lightweight, we got to run that fight back. But yeah, man, I think in this fight, I think it's going to enter the grappling range. I'm sure Joel Alvarez has no issue with the grappling. He has no problem going to that grappling world, grappling with Amosov. And I think that's going to be the death of him. I think that's going to be the metaphorical death of Joel Alvarez. Is he's going to grapple with Amosov. He has, I'm sure, great submission defense. He has good defensive wrestling. I'm sure. I'm so sure of it. I'm sure we've seen it in other fights. Maybe not when he fought fucking Armin Sarukian. But you can't be in that realm with Amosov. He's going to cinch up a front headlock choke. It's going to be a Darce. It's going to be an Anaconda. It's going to be a guillotine. He's going to cinch it up at one point. And that shit comes on quick. We saw him put out Neil Magny real bad. And this guy's only lost one time in his career. Has 9 wins by submission. Or 11 wins by submission, something like that. And then 9 of them by front headlock. and like 7 of those by Anaconda. He's gonna get put in that choke, and it's gonna be over real quick. I think it'll be round 2, maybe beginning of round 2, but I would not be surprised in the slightest if this was a round 1 submission victory for Amosov. So yeah, man, I'm sorry for my Spanish casuals. It's over, all right? It's over on the Joel Alvarez welterweight run. I think, is this his first fight at welterweight? It might be. What was Joel Alvarez's last fight? Vicente Luque. All right, yeah, that was a sad performance for Vicente Luque, but you know, he had to retire, man. Next fight, Esteban Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. What is Esteban doing fighting another fucking can? This guy's fucking black and white on my screen. I don't think he's ever fought in the has he fought in the UFC? Bro, he's fought in the UFC 2 times. What is this guy doing, bro? Like, I know it's not. I know for a fact it's not Esteban Gautier's, problem. They're doing they see like little Francis Ngannou shit. They're trying to build him up, get him a huge name, make him a big ass star like they did with Francis, and then put him against someone good. But man, it's already been like 4 fights in a row. This guy's genuinely like gonna be a 1,000 favorite. This fight's gonna have boxing odds, bro. Give me Gautier by knockout round 1. Like, is the sky gonna be blue tomorrow? Yes. Are fishes gonna swim in water tomorrow? Yes, bro. They're still gonna do that. Is gravity gonna be pulling me down? Yes. Gautier is gonna get a first round knockout on Ozzy Diaz. Until this guy fights someone good, these wins are all low-key bummy. Alright? And that's all I gotta say for this fight. On to the main card. And opening up the main card, we got a real unk matchup. Right here. Hardest hitting 145 pounder. Who the fuck is that? Nah. Queen Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Now, unk on unk violence, man. Hashtag stop the unk on unk violence. Bobby Green has just turned 39, or he's gonna turn 40 soon. Same thing with fucking Stephens. These guys are both pushing 40, genuinely pushing 40, like not even for the meme. Opening up a main card. Man, the longevity of these guys. Jeremy Stephens I think he just got signed back to the UFC. Right, he was at the PFL, he came back, he fought fucking Mason Jones or some shit a year ago, I think. Man. Yeah, man. This is an interesting fight, and this is probably like the most 50-50 fight on the card, because both of these guys can get chinned, and both of these guys, have a lot of power on the feet. I just think, yes, Bobby Green is cleaner on the feet, but at this age, I'm going to pick Stephens to fluke him. I think Bobby Green's going to be like on the outside. He's going to be jabbing him up round 1, round 2 maybe. Going to be jabbing up Stephens. He's going to be keeping him at range. Leg kicking, emoting on him, taunting him like he always does. And then Stephens is going to like hit a big ass overhand and chin him. I think if I have to pick someone to get chin in this fight, it's going to be Green. And given the fact that these are genuinely 40-year-old men fighting in the cage. Shout out Jim Miller before. 42 years old is crazy. I think someone's going to get chin, and it's going to be Bobby Green. So give me Stephens, round 1, round 2 knockout, all right? Next fight. This is probably the best fight. Like, okay. You think about narratives. You think about the history of the fighter's career, who they fought last, like what they have to prove. This is probably the most consequential and the most stylistically interesting fight on the card. You guys might be thinking, why are you glazing this random-ass fight, Brady versus Buckley? Like, yeah, Buckley, like, you're a casual if you don't understand how good this fight is, bro. Because think about it. Brady, last fight, Michael Morales got absolutely chinned. Could not get his grappling going. Got finished in like 2 minutes flat, something like that. Bro, that was an absolutely like devastating performance for Brady, who before that was on a great run. He submitted a bunch of guys, submitted fucking Leon Edwards, former champion, was looking great. Gets chinned by Michael Morales on short notice, a guy coming up way up in the rankings. And he genuinely started he was talking about moving down to lightweight. This guy, before that fight, was like 1 fight away from a title shot. Genuinely 1 or 2 fights away from a title shot. Talking about, let me go back down to lightweight. That's how bad Michael Morales beat his ass on the feet. And Buckley, again, maybe 3 fights, probably 2 fights away from a title shot from the moment he was fighting Usman. If he beat Usman, beat one more name, bro, he was up in there. No Diddy for the title shot. 100%. And then gets smudged. This is literally stoppable force versus movable object. And these are the most entertaining fights to watch in the UFC. Because Brady's going to go out there and prove that he can beat a striker, he can get his wrestling going, he can get his submission offense going, and Buckley, on the other hand, is going to go and do the opposite. He's going to be like, I can stuff the takedowns. I've learned from my Usman fight. You know, these guys, let's see how these guys have both implemented their games. They're both like the same age, 32 and 33. They were both on great win streaks before the last loss. They were both doing so good in the division, looking just elite, looking great. This fight, they have a lot to prove, and I'm rooting for both guys. I'm rooting a little bit more for Buckley, and that's reflected in my pick. I do pick Buckley to win by round 3 TKO, but I want both of these guys to win to get their careers going. It sucks that one of them has to lose, but give me Buckley round 3 knockout. I think it's gonna be like Buckley wins or Brady wins round 1. Buckley adjusts, stuffs the takedowns, keeps the fight on the feet, wins round 2, and then round 3, I think maybe Brady's gonna win. He's gonna be winning. And then Buckley's going to get up from a takedown on some JDM shit, and he's going to chin Brady. It's going to be like, not really like a outline, like a flatline KO like he did to that one guy with the spinning back kick. But it's going to be like one of those exhaustion TKOs, where he overwhelms Brady and the ref steps in because Brady's not defending himself. Something like that, alright? Round 3 TKO, Buckley, best fight on the card. I think this has potential to win fight of the night. Fight of the night, if Joshua Van and Tatsuro Taira end early, and then Chimaev smudges Strickland, I think this is really going to be fight of the night. If not, it's going to be Yaroslav Amosov versus fucking Joel Alvarez. That's also cinema, alright? Next fight. The featured fight, Volkov versus Acosta. I think this is where it ends, guys. Papi, no black, Papi, Dominican, yep. This is where it's over, bro. The Dominican Republic, they're not going to be able to salsa that shit off after this fight. It's going to be... The issue with Costa, right? So he's been doing good. He lost to Sergey Pavlovich, a striker, and then he was able to win against Ante Elijah, Shamil Gaziev, and Derek Lewis. What do those guys have in common? They have no fucking finesse. Zero finesse on the feet. Ante Elijah, you're a bum. All right? You got knocked out by someone who had just gotten eye poked. Shamil Gaziev, my goat, fat as fuck. You're also a bum. I don't know why you're in the UFC, genuinely. All right? And then lastly, Derek Lewis, great power, big puncher. We all know that, you know. Derek Lewis can chin anybody in the world, literally. But he has no finesse, no combos, no footwork, no fucking cardio, no chin. Low-key got chinned by a shortest left hook I've ever seen. Volkov is going to be able to keep Acosta at the end of his punches. He's fought way better strikers. He's fought Tom Aspinall. He's fought Cyril Gahn. You know, granted, he's lost to these guys. But he fought Sergey Pavlovich, beat him by decision, beat him striking. He's going to be able to keep Acosta at the end of his punches. He's going to blast the teeps up the body. He's going to fucking leg kick Acosta's body. And I don't know what it is. If it's just Acosta being fat as fuck or having like 13 kids. Something tells me this guy's chinny to the body. On some fucking fluffy Hernandez shit. This guy's chinny to the body, you know? I feel like everything, like all the kicks from Volkov are going to have a crazy effect. Waldo's not going to wrestle, and you're not going to beat Volkov if you don't wrestle. Tom Aspinall had to wrestle. Fucking, who else? That guy that got cut. What's that guy that got cut? Loki should have won that fight, but he didn't win. Jilton Almeida. I thought he won that fight against Volkov, but again, it was super boring. He had to win by wrestling, so yeah, man. If you're not going to get the wrestling going, you're not going to beat Volkov, all right? On to the co-main event of the evening. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Now, I think this fight comes down to how good really is Van's defensive wrestling. We saw him stuff a bunch of takedowns against, I think it was Rei Tsuruya. It's another Japanese fighter. He's a great wrestler. We saw him stuff a bunch of takedowns. But Taira's momentum is different because he's really more of a submission guy. So he's not going to try to like grapple. He's not going to give you the time to like, imagine he gets on a body lock on the back. Joshua Van is not going to have the time to start fighting the hands, you know, pushing his hips out, widening his base, preventing a takedown. Because fucking Taira, as soon as he gets on the back, Joshua Van starts fighting the hands. He's going to jump on the back. Both hooks in, looking for the choke. Like, this guy's really, really aggressive with the submissions. I think the whole round, except, I think maybe Van wins 2 rounds on the feet. Probably the latter 2 rounds. But I believe the first 3 rounds are going to be Tatsuro Taira submission attempts, like jiu-jitsu masterclass. There's going to be a lot of body lock. I think my GOAT Joshua Van is going to be done like, he's going to get done like Max Holloway, you know. A lot of guys are saying that Joshua Van is mini Max Holloway, Minimus Holloway or whatever, because Max's name is Maximus. I think he's going to get done like Max Holloway versus Oliveira, except with more submission attempts. And I think Taira is going to get that fight. He's going to get that win by decision. This is a great fight. If it doesn't go like I say, like if it doesn't go to decision, there's a finish, I really don't think it's going to be a Taira submission. It could happen. Listen, could always happen. Taira's nasty with it. Also, we saw that nasty-ass ground and pound against fucking Brandon Moreno. I forgot about that. Nasty-ass ground and pound, so maybe some of that can get going, get some points on the Georgia scorecards. If there's a finish, like a TKO, is going to be Van TKOing Taira, more likely than not. But I don't see that happening. I'm getting Taira by decision. Round 5, maybe like a 47-46. Is that what it? Yeah. 47-46 victory for, or is it 48-47? 48-47 victory for Taira against Van. Van losing the belt, and then Pantoja comes back and fights Taira or some shit. Or maybe Van. Who knows? Next fight, and to the main event of the evening. Lord, oh Lord. Khamzat Chimaev opening up as a huge-ass underdog. I mean, a huge-ass favorite in this fight. And honestly, as he should. As he should, bro. On some Diddy Floyd, LARPing Diddy Floyd shit. This guy, genuinely, I think we've disrespected Chimaev from his last fight. Yes, that DDP performance was a fucking terrorist act on the UFC. That was criminal. Seeing our boy DDP smudged for fucking 5 rounds, and at the 5th round when he almost got that choke, that shit had me on my feet. But yeah, man, I think Chimaev, he needed to get the belt. Like, there was a lot riding for him, like, career-wise, being undefeated, fucking having to glaze the dictator of Chechnya. You know, there's been a lot of shit involving Chimaev that, in my opinion, I understand why he played it so safe in that DDP fight. But I think this is the fight where he wins respect back. I think a lot of people are hyping up Strickland. You know, they have trained together. I'm sure someone who's trained with Chimaev has an advantage over someone who hasn't, right? Especially, like, unless you got so cooked in the sparrings that you just think I have no chance. I think Strickland, I'm sure he's gotten the better of Chimaev, but Chimaev is one of those guys that I feel doesn't train as hard as he fights. Because he's always sick, because there's always something going on, injury, he has a horrible immune system. I have the feeling that Chimaev low-key takes it easy in the trainings. He has his hard points, you know. This is the type of guy to say, let's go light, brother, and then he just like rapes you just in the fucking wrestling. But Chimaev versus Strickland, this is going to be the fight. It's going to be a round 2 submission for Chimaev, in my opinion. It's one of those things where we expect a wet blanket because of what we saw with DDP. But not this time, brother. Not this time. I think Chimaev's going to get his wrestling going immediately. There's going to be scrambles in the first round. Second round, Strickland's going to be able to keep it on the feet for a little bit longer. Chimaev's going to take him down again. And I think Strickland is going to morally, like, I think he's going to lose the morale. And low-key understandable, bro. No, not everyone can have the heart of a lion of DDP to keep defending submissions, you know. Yesterday, I remember I went up against the MMA coach at my gym. This fucking guy that was undefeated until recently, MMA pro. Bro, that guy was beating my ass. We were just doing jiu-jitsu. This guy was on me, submissions constantly. I was defending that shit. I was thinking, damn, bro, how the fuck did DDP do this for 5 rounds? Like, that was genuinely the thought that was going through my head. But yeah, man, I think in this fight, Chimaev's going to get the sub. It's going to be one of those, like, nasty-ass neck cranks. I can see, like, Chimaev being on Strickland's back up against the fence. Like, Strickland's, like, half up on one knee. Chimaev has, like, one hook in on, like, the left side. And he's just cranking his shit. He's cranking Strickland's jaw. Like, Strickland's turned all the way to the right. Like, his head's all turned. And then he taps from pressure. I think that's what's going to happen. And then in the post-fight press conference, he's going to be like, listen here, you guys. The fucking Chechnyan, you know, he's fucking good, you know. Like, he's going to be saying some bullshit in the post-fight press conference. And then we're not going to see Chimaev for a whole another fucking year. Don't get me fucking wrong. I want Strickland to win. I want this division to move on from Chimaev. Just because I love DDP, I want DDP to be the champ again. That's literally the only reason. But I can't lie. I think Chimaev, he's not going to wet blanket this one. If he does, may God strike down both of my cats today. Today, alright? Give me Chimaev by submission, alright? Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think of this weekend's fights? This is low-key cinema. We got some bangers this weekend. And if you guys don't think we got bangers, bruh, the main event is gonna be cinema. Even my casual friend, shout out Michael B. He's gonna be coming to watch the fight because he only watches when big names fight. He's gonna come watch the main event. But yeah, man, like, this fight, we got some banger ass fights. I'm honestly really excited to see how the Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov fight goes. I'm very excited to see how the Bobby Green versus Jeremy Steven fight goes. I think that's gonna be cinema. And then yeah, just excited to see an Gautier sliming out the random Aussie Diaz. And yeah, man. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go write some more of my thesis, bro. This shit's due in 2 days. Ciao.